Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing okay. I am not quite sure how we got to the end of April, but I realized that if I don't film this video this weekend, then I am going to forget and then I'm going to get busy. And I want to make sure that I at least make monthly updates. My health still isn't very good. There is still stuff going on in the background. I'm kind of at a point with my GP where we're like speed running a bunch of different medications, and it's very strange. It's not ideal, but that's kind of where I'm at. Not much is helping, unfortunately, but it's a whole thing. Because of that, during the week still I'm not very well, and I am trying to do like as much work as possible and then try to kind of like organize my time accordingly, I suppose. My priorities are working on Undermost stuff for Patreon, keeping my ring binder, my archive up to date obviously, and anything else that happens after that is a bonus. Those are kind of like the only things I'm trying to keep on top of, and shop orders obviously. And some weeks that's really all I manage. But I have been keeping up with this, and so because it's the end of the month again, I wanted to show you how things are turning out. You might remember that I had 2 pictures on here and I went back and fixed that because I said in the last video that it was bothering me. So I came back and I fixed this page. I changed it slightly and took a picture out. Books wise, just quickly. I read the Legacy series, which was really good, and then I read Throne of Nightmares by Kerri Maniscalco. That's the next book in the Princes of Sin trilogy, which are the ones that followed on from, what were they called? Wicked something, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, that's the next one in the spin-off for that. I thought it was just fine. I didn't think it was amazing, but I did enjoy it. I felt like, and this will only make sense, I guess, if you've read them, but I felt like I didn't really get to know Sloth's character because that was the brother this time. That was like meant to be like the focus of the book, but I felt like the focus was really more on the love interest and not on him. And by the time we got to the end, I just kept thinking like, oh, I don't really feel like I know anything about him. And I was kind of disappointed because I've really been looking forward to him, but it was fine. I read it and I enjoyed it. I'll keep reading them. I think they're easy reads and it's fun for the world to keep spinning off. I then reread The Poisoner by Ivy Ophelia. I really enjoyed that the first time. I like it when vampire books have vampires that are like actually a bit evil. And if you can hear Wednesday, apologies, she's very restless. Yeah, when vampires are a bit evil, like when I read like fantasy or sci-fi or dark romance books with vampires, I don't mind if they're like kind of morally grey, and maybe even darker than that, like they're monsters. When I read monster books, I know what I'm signing up for. I saw a lot of people complain that it was like awful and horrible and like truly kind of depraved, and I was thinking like, yeah, but they're monsters. And I'm down for that, I'm fine for that. And I feel like these books kind of do that. The sequel came out, I think last week, The Arachnid, and I read that quite quickly. I tried to take my time. I've been trying to long books out. I've said this before, but every year my point is not to read as many books as possible, but to enjoy the books I am reading. And so I knew I wanted to take my time kind of getting through these 2. Finished it. The ending. I did kind of see it coming, obviously, but I was like, uh-oh. And the next book, I believe, currently has a release date for September, which is quite exciting. I like the idea that she might have written kind of the 2 at once, and so we're not going to have to wait quite so long. Not sure if that is what happened, or if it will stay September, but I really hope it does. That would be such a good end-of-year read, like spooky season read. I stand by these. I enjoy them a lot. I just feel like her approach to things is a bit different to what maybe we're used to. Now I'm reading a series. The first one is called The Primrose That Poisoned Ivy, and it's about vampires again because I love vampire books. And it's about Scottish vampires that live in an underground system called the Warren. It's an interesting concept, but I've only got, I think, like I'm on like 98% or 95% of the first book as an ebook, and like I'm a bit underwhelmed by the way it's shaping up. I feel like it has so much potential at the beginning, but it's not really gone the direction I wanted it to. The sequel is already out, so I can go straight into that next. And I'm hoping it's gonna get better, because at the moment I'm like, oh, this was really promising and it's not really paying off just yet, and I think I've only got like 40 pages left. You never know, but I'm not sure. They do have something of like a self-published vibe about them, which I don't discriminate against. I think that's fine, but I think a little more editing could have been good, I guess, is my point. But I am enjoying them and it's a good concept. So that's books. I'm on 9 books so far this year, not counting the Raven Boys because I did reread that. Perfumes I have no update on since the last video. I try not to get too carried away, and I did go through a lot in March. I've mostly been working back through my bigger sample of blood spider orchids. I should have brought it over because it's almost empty. I showed it to you last month and I was like maybe like a fifth of the way through it, and now there's only a fifth left. I pick it up every time. When I reach for a perfume, I just always reach for it. And I only had 2 milliliters, or no, 5 milliliters. I picked a bigger sample. So now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I wonder if I should set money aside for a full bottle, or if I should just buy another 5 milliliter sample, because that would be a lot cheaper. But I'm not sure. I wish I could get, you know, like a travel size or something, because the full bottles are expensive. I'm not sure. No new ones. I still haven't tried Inexcusable Evil yet either, just because I haven't been in the mood. I've not been feeling very tolerant. I don't think I'll hate it. I think it should be okay. But I haven't tried it yet. Haven't tried anything. So that's what I've got on there. I feel like my voice is a bit weird. I'm sorry if it is. My throat's been a bit... I think maybe it's my ears actually. So hopefully it's fine for you guys. I think my ears are just kind of like popping in and out, and it's making me feel like I sound strange. Actually, a funny anecdote. I went to the GP to talk about all the ongoing stuff, and we were talking about the tinnitus I developed, because I now have like chronic tinnitus, I guess. It doesn't go away. I developed it kind of towards the end of last year, and I've had it since, and it's awful. I am so sorry to everyone else with tinnitus, because like it sucks. Like it is the worst. Like the way you can just be sat now and like silence doesn't exist anymore. Like there's no quiet anymore. Like it's just, there's always just tinnitus. But I went to the GP and she was checking my ears again with the BP like telescopy thing for the ear. And she was saying that I have like the best ears for like med school students or something, because she was saying that she can see all the way through them to the bone. And I was like, I don't know what that means, but I'm scared. I guess my ears are just really, I don't know, clear and like direct. I don't know. But I was like, oh, cool. Thank you. And I keep thinking about it. Like, I just keep thinking about it. So this was everything from March. I think I showed all of this. And then moving into April. Yes, I have my April calendar. I went for kind of a, I don't know what the vibe was. Flowers and brains, which I guess is thematic. That is kind of relevant. And then the first week, I've made sure I printed all my pages this time. My first Alistair log. That weekend, I went to a journal meetup for the first time in a while. I think I missed the last few for a mixture of reasons, and I don't think I'll make this one because I think I'm going to be in Wales. But I went to this one and I caught up with Elle and Georgia and Mila, and it was really fantastic. It was so lovely to see them. I picked up a leaflet and cut the header off, and then I have this note that I stuck on one side from one of my friends. And I think it looks cool with the green and the purple. I was really pleased with how it turned out. And it's that thing again where I'm glad I'm back in personal rather than pocket, because in pocket it wouldn't have fit and the layers would not have been as satisfying kind of as they are. And that's something I kind of keep coming back to as the months go on. On this side, I've been listening to, I think I linked this in the last, maybe I already covered this, oh god. I linked this in the last video, but I've been listening to these DJ sets, these goth DJ sets, and really enjoying them. This little skull is a sticker from Georgia, really big fan. And then the following week, and then this Tumblr post that just says April will be good with the monkeys that spin. I'm really trying to manifest, you know, one good thing. And so I thought that was kind of fitting. And then I've been working on my Undermost newsletter still. This was the last one I did though, so actually it's been a couple of weeks. I got some new hiking shoes, Jasper Keen shoes. I have a couple of pairs of hiking shoes. I like to rotate them depending, and then also if you go walking, like if you're out for a few days, if one pair gets wet, you're not stuck. I have a couple of waterproof pairs, and then I have a couple of non-waterproof pairs, and it's just nice to have a balance, I suppose. I had a really lovely walk with a friend, and we found in one of the cemeteries in town, it's just full of bluebells. They're Spanish bluebells, so they're invasive in the UK and they hybridize with our native species, so it's not really a good thing. You kind of have to look at them if you know and just kind of choose to not think about actually they're terrible. They're very pretty, and you get them in purple and blue and white, and then you get like a pink variant, and it's so pretty. But they're evil. The cemetery is full of moss and stuff. It's really stunning. I took a lot of photos for Patreon. Very, very mossy. And it's the same thing again as the last couple of months, where like each week I just have a couple of pages because I've been tired and distracted and trying to do under moss stuff, and I'm just not spending as much time writing as I have done in the past, which is fine, so long as I maintain it. And then the following week I have this cobweb. I've been working on postcards for Undermoss. I'll put them on screen as I talk about them, I think. I've been working on kind of like some smaller side projects for Undermoss, just some stuff to keep people interested, hopefully, in the meantime. The new book is going to take me a lot longer to work through because the pages are A5 and because I am not well. I'm really enjoying working bigger and being able to fit more stuff on. I think it's going to be really fun, and it's going to hopefully be really cool when it's done, but it is taking me longer. And at the moment I'm working through the illustrations, but I haven't written the text because I haven't been able to find it within myself, I guess. Like, it's just not coming to me. But I've been working on some smaller projects alongside it, and that's been really nice. I've been kind of trying to expand the rest of the world and the universe for it, like via other media, I guess, like ephemera. So I have a couple of posters. I have the one I think I showed way before. Is it still in here? I haven't archived in a long time. Where would it be? Maybe it's not in here. I might not have printed it. Okay. I have one of the forest that says come back soon, which I think is cool, and I spent a lot of time like really working on the moss on the ground to make it look kind of like lumpy and soft. And then I did this one for Miles, inspired by that really old internet urban legend with the have you seen this man. Obviously I think I covered that in a zine even, and I just wanted to do like something like that, but not literally that, obviously. So I've drawn Miles with a cool font I found, and there's kind of like the like facial recognition, I guess, almost, which I don't think Undermoss has, obviously, but I thought it was a cool kind of like visual, and I think it turned out pretty cool. I might get some printed for the UK if people are interested. I kind of want to see them on nice paper. I have a notice board in my room for Undermoss, and it's covered in stuff, and it's in like the ugliest spot of my room, so sometimes I try to take a photo of it and it's just ugly. It's so ugly. But it's really that conspiracy meme. Like, it's just like there's so much stuff on there, and I really love printing out my little posters and adding those. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. I have a mood board. I go back and forth looking at different things, pulling different kind of visuals and inspirations, and kind of like saving things for later when I might want to visit something. And then I've been working on oracle cards as well. So I have these in my shop digitally at the moment. I don't have any physical, but I did order some test prints. There's 20 cards, and so I ordered just like 10 of each, and they came and there's just a lot of cards. But yesterday they arrived and I mocked up my own. So they look like this on the back. It's a cobweb and it says Undermoss Oracle in the cobweb, and then my name is down here. And then I added like a ball chain, I don't know how you call it, like a bead chain. And I've been experimenting with different beads. I kind of have like, with all my pliers, I have like a box of different beads that I've been collecting for a while. And I have like different carabiner type safety pin things. And I've kind of just been experimenting with how it could look. At first I did it with like a bigger carabiner loop, and I took photos of that yesterday, but I think it was too clunky. I liked it because I wanted it to be, I'll show you. I used one of these and I had this hooked through here, and then I had the safety pin with stuff on it, and then the idea being that you could unclip it from like your bag if you were carrying it like on a bag, and then you could also take the cards off the loop too, and then you could like splay the cards out on a table. But the problem being these are not easy to get. You get them, you can kind of bulk order them, but they come with a bunch of sizes, and only this specific size is the one that the cards fit on, because when you unscrew it, you only get like this much space to work with, and all the other ones in my box, they don't unscrew that far, they only have like this much room, so you can't actually kind of like squeeze the pages on and off, not without damaging them, which is annoying. And this is cool, but I don't know, so I did a version with just the chain, and I think it's nice actually, because you could almost like splay them out and then someone could pick a card. Like there's still enough movement, if you know what I mean. I guess maybe over time you might want to shuffle them so that they wouldn't always be in the same place or something, but I think it kind of works. Right. And then you can see them. So for the cards themselves, I kind of wanted it to be a cross between a fortune cookie and the magic 8-ball. Again, I've just been really into the idea of building the ephemera for Undermoss and kind of like expanding things outwards. And so I made 20 fortunes, 20 oracles. Some of them are creepy and some of them are helpful and some of them are dial-up internet sounds, just because I feel like that's a very specific mood and it covers all the whole spectrum of emotions. Like I like this one that says you do not have to pray to a god, but you should probably pray to something. I like that. Rest a while. This one is from, I think, one of the posters for Undermoss. It's from something. This one, Silence Speaks. Someone is waiting to hear from you. And there's one that I made inspired, this one, Time Passes, Why Do You Wait? But Time Passes is from Under Milkwood by Dylan Thomas. I love it. The first time I heard that as a child, I think I was listening to the audio play, and when they say time passes, my brain was like, bruh. Like it literally like restarted my whole brain. I was like, wow. And it's always really stuck with me. I use that a lot in Undermoss. It's a reference I'm happy to talk about, obviously. Like it's not meant to be a secret. Time Passes. Big fan. This one, What Can Be Resurrected from the Dead? So Many Things Are Infinite, Undying. I like that too. And then there's a couple. This one, Don't Lose Yourself in the Static, Put Yourself Together, is a reference to Automatic by Half Alive, the song that like ruined my life last year. I still listen to it. It was my most listened to song last year. I had something ridiculous like 40 hours or something of one song, and then it told me that the most times I listened to it in a row was something like 800 times, and I was like, well, autism. But I still listen to it. I really love it. There's something so soothing about it to me. The idea of, I don't know, pulling yourself together regardless, like, because you don't have a choice, is very prevalent right now for me as a theme. I don't know, I wanted to reference it, so. And then I crossed out the word don't, because the song goes lose yourself in the static, but obviously as far as fortunes go. So it's, I don't know, I was just playing with it. It wasn't meant to be serious, to be honest with you. When I first made them, I wasn't even intending to get anything printed. I just wanted to make something fun, like a small project, and then finish it and upload it and be like, okay, I've made a thing and it's finished. I've not started it and abandoned it like I did with some of my other projects. I will go back to my other oracle cards at some point. I just don't feel it yet, but I wanted to see something through. And I think it turned out kind of cute. If anyone in the UK is interested in a little bundle like this, I've made a bunch of these little keychains in different colorways. If anyone wants one, let me know and I can add a few to the shop. I don't have many. I only have maybe like 5 I could upload. I promised a couple of others to like my family. But I could always order more if people are interested. I'm not sure they'll be very resilient just because they're card. But I also don't want to make anything plasticky. I like that most of the stuff in my shop is recyclable. I think that's a nice thing. So I don't know. Let me know if you're interested. I'm just kind of spitballing. You can print them at home. I did that first and they turned out nicely. So there's pages within the files on A4 sheets and there's 4 sheets. And then there's a page for the backs of the cards too, so you can double-sided print them and then you can just trim them out and then they work. I printed them on some really thin paper because I've run out of my favorite paper, and they were fine. You can still shuffle them around, and obviously if you have some cardstock then they'll be great, and you can do them like this, especially if you have a corner punch. So I think they're kind of neat. If you're interested, check them out. It was fun to do it and to see it through, and I kind of like carrying it around with me. I'm gonna attach it to my bag, I think. I'm in Scotland in the beginning of May. I think it's like the second weekend of May, and I think I'm gonna take these with me on my bag. I just think it's cute. So those are my oracle cards. A tangent. This is what I've been working on. And then I made another poster for Under Moss. This one is a liminal one. Actually, I've been on a new migraine med. I've been testing lots of stuff, and I was a little bit high from it. And then I made this poster, so that's the context. But it's very Under Moss focused anyway. It says, "The veil between this world and the next, between asleep and awake, do you feel it thinning?" And there's an ASCII house. And the little houses that I used to draw in my notebooks a few years ago. A rain cloud and like a star, and I think it turned out pretty cool. There's two versions. There's a black and white one, and then there's a white and black one, if you will. A dark version and a light version. And I think both are cool. I'm pretty sure those are on Patreon as well. I upload all of the posters to Patreon. They're not in the shop yet. Maybe they should be. And then this week, pretty sure this is this week. So this was my first illustration for the concept of kind of like what I wanted to make. I was kind of imagining how cool it could be. And I think, you know, it's not super different. It kind of came together. Yeah, and this is available. So if you buy the digital cards, then you get this as a sticker. I made a sticker sheet based on it as well. So it comes with a complimentary sticker sheet. And I drew these stickers. These are two separate stickers. I just overlapped them for my book. So a slight incentive, perhaps. I did make a complimentary sticker sheet. So if you buy the cards and you use them and you like them, and then you can put the sticker in your notebook about it, which I thought might be nice. This week has been good, actually. I've been hanging out with people. I went to a bog. Someone took me to a bog. It was very cool, but it was very, very dry. I put the photos in the Patreon group chat. And it was very interesting as a landscape. It's a low-lying heathland, which are really rare in the UK. But the weather has been so dry, and because it's low-lying, I don't think it gets enough precipitation, I guess. And the whole thing, it was like walking on Rice Krispies. I've never been in a wetland that was so alarmingly dry. I came home and read about it afterwards, and they actually did have a wildfire in the 90s, and they lost 3 square miles of heathland to it before they could get it under control. I think it burned for like 6 hours. They lost a fire truck in the process. The fire truck caught on fire. So they have had wildfires before, a long time ago, but obviously with the way things are going these days, I am worried for it. It's huge. It's, how many hectares? I think I wrote it down somewhere. No, I took it out. It's something like 200 hectares. It's huge. It's amazing. There was sphagnum moss. I'm getting distracted thinking about it. We were pulling the moss out of the bog water, and when you pull it out, it's long and stringy. It's interesting. And that's a photo of me holding a long string of sphagnum. Very interesting place. I'd like to go back. And then same evening, I saw Project Hail Mary, and kind of as a rule, I don't watch sci-fi films. It's not that I don't like them, but I don't like them. I watched Interstellar with my dad and my brother when I was a kid, or when I was a teenager. And I've had migraines my whole life. And I don't know if it was the overwhelm of the film because it's very intense. I don't know if it was the strobing. I don't know if it was just very poignant for my personal life at the time. But I came home from Interstellar and I cried for like 6.5 hours. Like, I remember my brother coming in and being like, "Are you good? Like, you've been crying for like a long time." And I just couldn't stop crying. I was really overwhelmed, and then I think I slept for like 2 days. And because of that, I've not really watched like any modern or recent kind of like space films since. Like, I haven't watched any of them. I just don't do it. Something about it really psychs me out. I think especially kind of like cosmic horror and the unknown and the vastness and like the apocalyptic stuff, like it just really eats me. I can't deal with the existential dread. Can't deal with it. The expanse of it all, I just don't like it. But there was no other film on and we weren't really ready to go home, so we just chanced it. I've heard that it's good. I saw the pop up in Foyles, the bookshop with like the spaceship. Now that I have context for that, I'm like, oh, I wish I could see it again. But I went with a friend and I just didn't know what it was about. But the movie was so good. That's what I'm getting to. I really enjoyed it. I saw someone on Tumblr say that if, you know, Interstellar and Arrival and everything and The Martian is cosmic horror, then Project Hail Mary is cosmic hope. And I like that. I was like, that feels like that makes sense to me, actually. It might also help that I popped a migraine pill right before the film started. I knew the strobes were gonna get me, and I took a triptan like before, like during the trailers. I was like, I think this will be a good idea. So potentially that helped also. I kind of numbed my brain out for it, and it was a good film. It was delightful. I was really scared that things weren't gonna go well, but for anyone who doesn't know, it does have a happy ending, just in case you need to know that. If you are also scared of space, it has a happy ending. I was really glad. That's not to say that dark stuff doesn't happen, that's not to say there's no dread or, you know, but I was really pleased that I watched it. I'm really glad I saw it in the cinema. The plot twist. The plot twist at the end. There's a little plot twist where you find out how things unfolded. It kind of hints at it through the film and there are clues, but I was speechless. I have my ticket here still on its original paper. Obviously normally I would photocopy them, but I'm out of paper. I use like a nice kind of watercolor texture paper for my tickets, and it's all gone. I need to buy more, so at the moment he's just floating loose in here, but I think it's gonna go here. So you just have to imagine it. I'm glad I saw that. It was really good. Also, Ryan Gosling, the man of all time, the way he can disappear in a role, like he's always just playing a blonde man, and somehow I don't see Ryan Gosling when I'm watching it, which I think is very impressive. I'm a really big fan. And then I have a picture of my oracle cards. So this is how they looked yesterday, as you can see, with the carabiner type thing and the big safety pin. It was fun, but I'm not convinced. I just realised I have the safety pin here still. It's kind of like a brooch. It's cute. I was thinking I might leave this intact and put it on something else. I have like little bruises on my fingers from using the pliers, but it's cute. It's fun. And I chose some nice beads, I think. I have these nice stars that come in different colours. And then I have these little stars, some pearls, and then this kind of like leafy thing. And some of them are so pretty because they have like flecks in them. Little gold flecks. So I don't know, I just think they're neat. Okay, that's my binder. I think the other thing I want to talk about today is that I ordered some stickers and stationery from miso paper, and I'm hoping, yeah, I was just checking my camera is still recording because I have storage issues. I ordered a small order from miso paper. It's not that small. I have been following an artist called Mew Mew Beam, a Korean artist, a Korean illustrator on Instagram for like my entire life, I think. And I, at one point even, I think during COVID, I was trying to work out if I could get stuff shipped from Korea because I love their work. I think it's so pretty and it's really interesting. And it's kind of all themed around this like world of cats. And there's one cat. And they make a lot of really beautiful, cool stuff. Like I always think they're very inspiring the way they create things like within their universe, and obviously with my project now I'm like, wow. But they got some stuff in for miso paper, which is a UK based store, which is amazing. When I saw it I was like, oh god, I'm in danger. And I picked up a few bits. I picked up quite a few bits actually. But I was like, I'm not gonna do this a second time. This first time I just need them. So I got these little keychains. This one says no coffee, no life, and he's under a book. And on the back it just says I need coffee. And then this one says let me go home. And it's super cute. I got those so I can make charms out of them. I got this bookmark, and it's like his little cat feet standing in the sea. And there's one made of sea foam, and it has stars and it's iridescent, and a little sticker as well on the front. It's beautiful. I think I'm gonna punch this and put it, I don't know if I want to punch it though. I'm gonna do something with it. I just think it's amazing. So I chose that one. I chose these dark book stickers. I should have got 2 sheets. I'm gonna be so nervous. I think they're stunning. and they're shiny again. And on the back there's little memos. I got these ones with the trees. So nice. There's always a memo on the back, which I like. I got this one, which is just like an art print, and it's the stars. And I bought it because I love the ritual with the cat summoning. I think it's so funny. And I love the way they draw candles. Very entertained. On the back it's plain. I might put this one on my under moss board, I'm not sure. And then tape wise, this one I bought one length, I think, and it's blueberry themed. I love blueberries. I just thought it was very, very sweet. And I think they're all kiss cut. Here. I'll show you. Wow. Yeah, just a lot of blueberries. It's fantastic. Let's see. I got this one, which is book themed or shop themed memo pads, I think. Oh, yeah, super cute. And then again, I just bought part of a roll for this one. I think they're stickers, which is great. I think they're so, so cute. And then I bought this one, which isn't open. I'm like, should I try and open it? I'm not very good at opening tape. I feel like there's a trick to it that I don't have, because I always just like... Okay, I'm gonna cut all that footage out because it took me way too long to open it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it for all of them. I just can't open them. They're really hard to open. But look how pretty. I love the lamp, the little cat lamp. It's so, and the candles. It's amazing. I love the little sleeping guy. Yeah, feeling pretty good about my choices. This one is also cute. Very cool. This one is Lucky Clover themed. I'll have to give some to Elle next time I see her. It's so cute. Let me see. And it's like tickets. I love it. It's so beautiful. How cool. Here we go. This one is house themed. And there's the key and some posters, plants, letters, little houses. Very, very cute. I love it. Oh, I'm gonna have such a good time using these in my books. They're amazing. I don't know what's left in stock on miso paper. This video is slightly delayed. But hopefully you might be able to find something if you're interested. I definitely recommend. They're so beautiful, and the care that goes into designing them, I feel like you can really feel it. They're very, very cute. I don't think this video is particularly long, to be honest with you, but as I keep saying every month, there's just not a lot going on at the moment. I'm in survival mode, to be honest with you. I'm trying to keep going outside and choosing to do things anyway, if that makes sense, but then I do pay the price for it, and so it's just this weird loop of like staying indoors and resting and then being like, I can't live my life like this, and then going outside and then being like, oh, but also my brain. And so it's weirdly quiet, to be honest. I do upload a lot of photo dumps. I'm losing my voice. A lot of photo dumps on Patreon. So if you're interested in more photos of things, especially greenery and kind of notebooks, I guess, that's Patreon. I'll probably upload some more photos today if I can. And I'm going to archive some pages because I think we are almost full again, which is good. All of February kind of took up a binder. But this one is March and April, which is okay. 2 months is good. But I think it's ready, almost ready to be archived. Yeah, not very interesting at the moment, I'm afraid, but I figured obviously I would upload my monthly update anyway. That's kind of what I've been doing and what I've been working on. Surviving, working on Undermoss, which is fun. We'll see. The end of next week, I'm in Wales for a couple of days for my grandmother's birthday, which will be nice. I'll be on the farm And then the following week I'll be going up north, which will be very nice. We're going to go up to Scotland and look at some bogs. This is a trip we've kind of had tentatively planned since December, and I think now everything is confirmed, so I feel safe to talk about it. No jinxing. But we're gonna have a look at some bogs. We'll be around Loch Lomond, so we're gonna look at some different things. Hopefully some ancient woodlands and stuff, some temperate rainforest would be good. Some greenery. I would like to take a nap in the moss somewhere. We'll see. I'm not sure what the weather will be doing. It's been fluctuating a lot down south between kind of cold and also very, very warm. So during the day we're almost up at 20 Celsius, but overnight it's still dropping as low as like 3 degrees. So it's just very, you know, normally this time of year I would expect it to be warmer overnight. That's kind of what I would be used to, but it's very strange. Probably a good thing, but it makes it hard to dress appropriately for a full day outside, because if you dress for the day you'll be too cold in the evening basically, so I don't know. But I think it's going to be good. I haven't seen much of Scotland, to be honest with you, not much at all, so I'm really looking forward to it. That'll be, I think, 3 or 4 days, and then I'll be up north with my grandparents for a couple of extra days after that, so hopefully it'll be really nice. Hopefully my brain won't try to kill me while I'm there, but we'll see. Okay, sorry for the lackluster update. I hope it was interesting anyway. Thank you to those of you who are watching regardless and who leave comments. I know it's not been particularly exciting, but there we go. I will see you next time. I'll try and make videos about Scotland and the bogs.